welcome to another edition of SpokeTV, your source for local and campus news, produced by second-year Conestoga College journalism students. I'm Nora Mazeros.
And I'm Josh Horsley. Thanks for tuning in to our final episode of 2014.
Privacy breaches have been a hot topic across the country since the Credit Revenue Agency released the private information of hundreds of taxpayers to the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. SpokeTV's Paula Sierra explores the online dangers of releasing information to websites collecting private data.
It all starts with a click. Using fake emails and crafty scams, hackers troll the web for your banking information and other sensitive data. According to the Government of Canada, over 80,000 fall for a scam every day, and this number triples during the holidays.
So we decided to test how easy it is to spot a website like this. We showed 10 people a fraudulent website, and we asked them if they could tell if it was real or fake. Here are some of the reactions.
6 out of 10 people fell for the eBay and PayPal fake accounts. Hackers would already have all their credit card information had this been real.
Too many of them looked realistic enough, and I guess, yeah, that's totally real. No, it's fake.
I'm shocked. I didn't think I would do that good because some of the sites looked really convincing.
It only takes one, and I mean, then you have their information, and like, who knows how much is on my credit card? I could have been like, oh, that's scary.
According to the Waterloo Regional Police Coordinator, Olaf Hazel, these are the things to look for when giving your personal information.
If people look very closely at the information that's in the email, they might recognize that there's something missing here, or the colors aren't just right, or there's spelling mistakes.
If you are asked to provide details like your date of birth, social insurance number, or mother's maiden name, immediately close the website. If you do fall for a scam, report it as soon as possible to the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre. For SpokeTV, I'm Paula Sierra.
Club Renaissance has shut down operations after 19 years as Kitchener's only gay bar. SpokeTV's Aaron Anderson takes a look at the new LGBTQ bar slated to open in Uptown Waterloo, The Order.
Waterloo nightlife is becoming more inclusive with the addition of a new LGBTQ bar. Former mayoral candidate Rami Saheed and co-owner Devin McKenzie are opening The Order in just a few weeks. The Order will be the first bar to attempt to fill the void left after the closure of Club Renaissance, the only operating gay bar in Kitchener for almost 19 years.
The Order will be a positive addition to Waterloo's already vibrant nightlife and sets out to serve as a safe space for all members of the community, regardless of age, gender, or sexuality.
The Glow Center for Sexual and Gender Diversity at the University of Waterloo has always promoted a healthy attitude towards all sexual orientations and gender identities. Dean Mizzy, a service coordinator for Glow, explains why The Order will be a welcome addition to the community.
Focus on inclusivity is what's key to The Order. They have explicitly stated that they want to include trans folk as well, for example, with the unisex bathroom, and they also have explicitly stated that it's a bar for everyone.
Uptown Waterloo has always been a haven for the nightlife culture. One University of Waterloo student says even though he isn't LGBTQ, he supports the opening of The Order.
I think it's fine. I think people should be allowed to do whatever the hell they want, and I'd go to it if I was offered. I don't have any problem with people of any sexual orientation.
No official opening date has been set, but the owners have already seen a tremendous amount of support from the community. For SpokeTV, I'm Aaron Anderson.
The weather outside is frightful, but the fire may not be so delightful. SpokeTV's Daniela LaRocque shines a light on decking the halls this season and the potential dangers of doing so.
Christmas is a time for family, food, fun, and for some, unfortunately, fires. The December holiday season is a time of high risk and danger due to fires. Unattended candles, home heating equipment, and overcooked food can cause a potential fire. Some other festive decorations that could be potentially dangerous are items such as indoor and outdoor lighting, Christmas trees, and even that tedious holiday turkey. Weber, Assistant Platoon Chief at the Waterloo Fire Department, shared some tips about how to be safe while still enjoying the holiday spirit.
We ask people to check their smoke detectors twice a year, usually spring and fall. And if you've forgotten in the fall, now's a good time to do it. As the winter comes on, you know, people have different heating sources, space heaters, so we try to protect everybody, make sure they can be awoken by a smoke detector through the winter months.
About 32% of Christmas tree fires happen in the family room or den, but that's not the only statistic that people are unaware of.
Well, making sure all your stoves are off and stuff when you're cooking for Christmas.
Forgetting the ovens on, or stove or fireplace especially, because I know like I have a wooden fireplace in my house, so if that thing went off, like I said, everything's going off.
It's important that when you bring your tree in that you keep it wet at all times. A dried out Christmas tree can burn in 30 seconds or less. To help protect you and your family from dangers, Weber advises homeowners to stock up on extra batteries and make sure to check your fire alarms frequently throughout your home. By buying a carbon monoxide detector, you can help protect your home from lethal carbon monoxide fumes. For SpokeTV, I'm Daniela LaRock.
Ontario smokers can expect several changes to smoking bylaws in the new year. This includes banning flavored tobacco and enforcing harsher restrictions on e-cigarettes. Reporter Long Nguyen has the details on the new amendments.
The Ontario government is introducing new legislation that would regulate the use and sale of electronic cigarettes. E-cigarettes are battery-powered devices that are designed to deliver nicotine and flavor that simulate smoking. The proposed legislation would treat e-cigarettes like regular cigarettes in how they may be used and by whom. The reasoning behind it is to protect others who aren't using tobacco products, especially young adults, from secondhand smoke and the influence of seeing others smoke. Senior researcher Steve Mansky explains why legislators like these are helpful.
Tobacco companies, unfortunately, are in the position of killing off between 1 out of 2 and 1 out of 3 people who use their product over a period of time. So they're constantly needing new people to target. Youth are vulnerable because they actually don't have the cognitive skills in order to be able to make a decision about a long-term effect on their health.
With fruity and candy flavors being offered in blended tobacco and electronic cigarettes, it can be a gateway that leads young people into smoking. One of the major issues with e-cigarettes is that people are largely unaware of how to use them properly, and they end up misusing them. One of the co-founders of Ponyboy Vapes, Matt Da Silva, explains the importance of educating customers.
But really it's education, and we find that we're doing very well because we do provide the education. We will go step through step with every single customer that comes into the door to make sure that when they walk away with our product that they're well informed and know exactly how to use it.
Both Mansky and Da Silva agree that there needs to be more information and a better understanding of the positive and negative impact that electronic cigarettes have on people, especially young adults. For SpokeTV, I'm Long Nguyen.
Gender equality in the workforce has undergone tremendous change in the past decade. SpokeTV reporter Katerina Costa explores the changing dynamics for women in the workforce.
Women can have white collars too, but the pay gap between men and women in such industries still exists. Although in the last couple of years this gap has gone down, it is notable. Kathleen Rybczynski shares what she thinks about the gap.
Yes, there is still a pay gap, and that also will vary across industry and cohort. But so as of 2011, I can tell you that it has dropped, and it has been decreasing over time. But a significant gap still remains.
A pay gap is not the only space between men and women in the workplace. Excelling in a company can also be tricky. Statistics show that as time passes, numbers may go down. Rybczynski also mentions Rate My Professor, a website where students can not only rate their professors based on their academic skills, but also on their looks. Studies have shown that male professors with higher hotness ratings make more money, whereas women with high hotness ratings make less. Rybczynski has a theory on why this may be.
Perhaps the things that make us perceive a woman as good looking may also be the things that make us perceive that she is not a very strong or intelligent or great academic.
For SpokeTV, I'm Katerina Costa.
Tired of the iPhone and thinking of making a switch for the holiday season? Reporter Christina Zavanovic takes a look at how Blackberry is trying to continue enticing customers moving forward.
After falling behind, Blackberry is thinking outside of the box to catch up with the rest of the crowd. Starting December 1st, Blackberry will offer iPhone users money to switch to the Blackberry Passport. The phone was released in September and was expected to boost Blackberry to its former glory, but fell short. Those who are eligible could receive up to $600, $400 for trade-in value, which is determined by age and condition, plus a $200 Blackberry top-up. Proof of purchase is required.
Within 2 days of the launch of the Passport, Blackberry sold close to 200,000 devices. Not nearly as close to iPhone's 10 million units sold, this promotional offer could help Blackberry climb to the top.
Elizabeth Bangry, manager at WOW Mobile, shares her thoughts on where the BlackBerry market could go with this new Square phone.
If the Passport's going to offer something better than what their original phone is offering, it may be of some value, but again, it depends on what the actual user is using or getting from the device itself.
Some still proudly stand behind BlackBerry and say it supports the local economy and provides jobs to the people. Tim Kapelke, a loyal BlackBerry user, shares why the Passport works for him.
It's a much more efficient phone. It's faster, helps me keep organized. I can do a lot more things with my Passport, such as spreadsheets, Word documents, so on and so forth.
Only the consumer market can say where this company will go now. For SpokeTV, I'm Christina Zavanovic.
With 2014 wrapping up, spending projections for the coming year are slowly being released by city councilors for the Waterloo region. Some of these significantly affect certain tax-supported services across Kitchener, Waterloo, and Cambridge.
Cambridge reports a $200,000 operating budget deficit as the city's last projection before the new year. City Council says paying for functions like planning and roads, public works, and fire services may have an impact on property tax rate increases. The City of Waterloo has already confirmed a 1.5% tax hike and is leading the discussion on approaching winter maintenance budgeting for the region. Taxpayers shouldn't be affected by snow removal spending. Shortfalls in 2015 will likely be covered by the region's tax rate stabilization reserve.
Experiencing winter blues? Having difficulty adjusting to life changes? Reporter Danielle St. Cyr takes a look at how you can go from grief to relief this coming season.
Maranatha Church in Woodstock opened its doors to the public last Thursday to offer a free workshop for those who are dealing with grief. Nancy Clark, coordinator of hospice and volunteers, says the program is available to anyone who is struggling with the loss of a loved one.
So really our intention tonight was to invite people who are grieving, who suffered a loss, or who just need additional support to come out. It was a free of charge entertainment tonight for people.
The purpose of the event is to help those struggling with grief to understand that they are not alone and what they are feeling is completely normal.
Internationally known grief counselor, author, and psychologist Alan Wolfett says that anyone who is dealing with grief would benefit greatly from this workshop.
Many people would find this beneficial who often don't want to come because they think it'll make them sad. Well, we're already sad when somebody dies. So when you come to a program and you learn, oh, there's 6 needs that if I actively work on those needs, they can help me integrate loss into my life.
Clark says that the workshop might be coming back if they are able to raise the funds and have Wolfett back.
Absolutely. I think it was extremely successful tonight. We had, even with the snow and hail and sleet, we had a great amount of people coming out.
Symptoms of grief can often include crying, headache, loss of appetite, and fatigue. For SpokeTV, I'm Danielle St. Cyr.
Disney's Frozen is rapidly gaining popularity and is slated to be the top-selling toy brand. Classic toys are receiving the cold shoulder from children this holiday season.
It looks like it's time for Barbie to let go of her holiday crown. For the first time in 11 years, Barbie is not on the top spot on the holiday wish list of girls, being replaced by toys from Disney smash hit Frozen.
Ooh, that's a rough business to be in right now. I mean, that is really, that's unfortunate.
According to a survey conducted by the National Retail Federation, 20% of parents plan to buy Frozen merchandise for their girls. The #1 toy for boys this year also had a blockbuster release recently, with the top spot, once again, going to Lego.
That's your SpokeTV News update. In entertainment, here's Candace Agunde.
Thanks, Nora. Bill Cosby is in the middle of one of the biggest scandals of the year. Since the beginning of the month, the American actor and comedian has continued to face allegations of sexual assault, and so far, 20 women have stepped forward. Because of this, his stand-up shows are being canceled all over the United States and in some parts of Canada. So why is he still coming to Kitchener? According to representatives at the Centre in the Square in Kitchener, the Bill Cosby Show will not be cancelled, despite allegations that Cosby assaulted multiple women throughout his career. Cosby is set to make an appearance for his self-titled comedy show in January 2015. Reps say that while they share the same concerns raised by the community, they cannot force a cancellation since it's a rental show, which means that the show has to go on unless the promoter cancels it. This holiday season, the region is stuffing more than Santa's gut. SpokeTV's Laura Moncada gives us an in-depth look at the region's Stuff a Cruiser drive organized by the Kitchener-Waterloo Police.
People helping people, a campaign that the Waterloo Regional Police participates in during the holidays with the support of the community. Police are set up at different Walmart and Canadian Tire locations during November and December. Stuff a Cruiser receives donations from Wrap new toys in support of this year's Night of Columbus, New Toys for Needy Kids. Ron Nichols, Auxiliary Police Coordinator, says that this is important.
It's a great way for our volunteer members to give back to their community.
An annual project that started by Knights of Columbus member Chuck Warshin, who was known for playing Santa and bringing happiness to children in need. Warshin inspired the legacy of giving after he passed away from a heart failure in 2001. Martin Hickey, Marketing and Facility Manager of the Waterloo Knights of Columbus, says that the project has grown since it first started.
We distributed 18,000 toys and movie passes last year. While the need is getting bigger, which bothers me to some degree, the folks in the greater Waterloo region are there to make it happen. So it's win-win that way. It's just too bad that it has to be as big as it is, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And right now, the Waterloo Knights of Columbus, with regard to toys, is probably the largest distributor in this entire region.
For SpokeTV, I am Laura Moncada.
For years, Barbie has been stealing the spotlight with her supermodel looks. But now there's a new doll in town, and she has been dubbed the normal Barbie. And if she feels familiar, that might be because she was created to embody the bodies and lives of normal women. With super thin limbs, long blonde hair, and perfect makeup, Barbies don't look like most real women. Because of this, designer Nicolay Lamb created Lamely. Lamely has the proportions of an average 19-year-old woman. She has a normal waist, average length legs, and feet flat against the floor. She also comes with Lamely marks, stickers like tattoos and pimples that can be placed anywhere on the doll's body to represent the characteristics of a real woman and to show that all body types are beautiful.
Thanks again for watching. I'm Josh Horsley.
And I'm Nora Mazeros. For more news and stories, be sure to check out SpokeTV.ca and follow us on Twitter. Don't forget to tune in next year for more exciting coverage.